In the headlines, Minister of Agriculture Israel Bruce applauds student innovation in value-added agricultural products on visit to Technical College. Regional leaders warn Caribbean CBI programs must strengthen oversight and accountability. Argentina investigated as possible outbreak source of hantavirus as cruise ship passengers left ship without contact tracing. And in sports, region's premier basketball tournament returns after 7 years. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV's news and sports this evening.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Friday, May 8th, 2026. I am Twyla Thompson with the details. Minister of Agriculture, Forestry and Rural Transformation, Honorable Israel Bruce, accompanied by officials from the Ministry of Agriculture, on Tuesday, May 5th, 2026, visited the Division of Technical and Vocational Education to observe a showcase of value-added products developed by students and lecturers of the Hospitality, Management and Agriculture Department using locally grown produce. Minister Bruce expressed satisfaction with the products developed by the students and their lecturers, noting that they are engaged in an important exercise of transforming local produce into market-ready, exportable goods.
I should say that. Good afternoon to everyone. I am so happy to be here this evening at the college. So for example, I have in my hand here breadfruit chips, made right here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. As we say colloquially, if we put this in the shelf in Barbados, it might say on the back, straight out of St. Vincent. Yes? I am excited by what I've seen here. Our farmers have consistently been asking for proper and reliable marketing opportunities. What we have here, by the value addition that is done by the students and the teachers at this college, is that it gives the farmers an opportunity for a consistent market for what they produce. Whether it's dasheen, breadfruit, corn, whatever you produce. What is happening here is really, really important as part of value addition.
Minister Bruce further emphasized that the initiative at the Technical College provides practical skills while also serving as a platform for creating employment opportunities for young graduates and the local community.
Think about this, right? There's too many persons who have shared the view, which is false, that agriculture is not for our current generation of young people. What I have in my hand, or what you see the others have in their hands, have been produced right here by young people in this country. Dasheen flour, plantain flour, banana flour, soursop flour, powder. All kind of things have been created right here in Arnoldville, St. Vincent. We have endless possibilities right here in front of us. As we in the ministry are looking to re-navigate, reproposition some of what we do in the ministry and to give more meaning and impetus to value addition. Of course, you may have heard of the work that is done by Vinci Fresh. Vinci Fresh has placed its stamp in the marketplace. And so the question becomes, how can we have Vinci Fresh helping to market what you're producing here at this college?
Pointing out that the food science lab at the college was established under the Banana Accompanying Measure, Chief Agricultural Officer Acting Colville King noted that 10 years later, it has established the ministry, supported by the lecturers at the Technical College, to make products readily available to consumers.
Minister, the typical student is not going to eat dasheen cook.
That's right.
If you put it in their lunch kit, you know, at grade 3 or grade 2, they're going to likely bring it back home. But they may eat, likely eat the chips,
barbecue flavor,
and other types of other value-added products. So the work being carried on here at this college is vital for ensuring that we have greater levels of consumption locally, as much as it positions us to increase the levels of export from the country. Importantly, on top of that, is that once this is happening, farmers are likely to earn higher levels of income. You're likely to have a greater drop. In other words, instead of selling perhaps 1,000 pounds of a particular commodity, you can now sell 2,000 or 3,000 pounds. So I'm supportive of this initiative, and I would encourage the college and investors out there to invest in commercializing this.
The students and lecturers were encouraged to continue innovating and exploring ways to expand the use of local agricultural produce, highlighting the potential for these initiatives to drive economic growth and enhance food security. A newly commissioned climate-controlled greenhouse was handed over this week to the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry, and Rural Transformation under the Volcano Eruption Emergency Project, VEEP. The introduction of the greenhouse located at the Agricultural Biotechnology Center in Orange Hill is expected to significantly enhance production within the agricultural sector and pave the way for advanced agricultural technology in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Speaking at the brief handover ceremony, project coordinator of VEEP, Roxanne John, explained that the project facilitated the procurement and installation of the greenhouse infrastructure and engaged NGS Greenhouses and Instratech to execute the initiative. Greenhouse technician of turnkey projects, Operation Haim Karavani, who managed the system setup, noted that the climate-controlled greenhouse operates through a rainwater harvesting system used for irrigation.
It's a wonderful facility, I must say. It costs $1,077,000. And I just want to wish the ministry all the best as they work together to make sure that the management of this facility is of the optimal. And I know that they will tell us a little bit more of how we are going to see the benefits of this wonderful investment under the VEEP.
Execution of the greenhouse project, we got climate environmental management system inside. It's the high level of the greenhouse that we have here. We harvest the water from the roofing for implement irrigation. We have a cooling system inside the greenhouse. We have exhaust fan, we have circulation fan. We implement all the conditions that we need for the plants that grow inside the greenhouse. All the equipment managed by the climate control, everything by conditions. The operation will set up and it's operated automatically. We collect power that comes from the sun inside the battery bank, and then we can work 24/7 by solar energy. I had a training of the local from the agriculture ministry. Those people trained to operate and to manage the greenhouse. I hope to see the flowers very early and very soon.
Agricultural Diversification Officer Rohan MacDonald recalled that in the early and late 1900s, the center was well known for its production of orchids. However, the facility lost the capacity after the volcanic eruption destroyed the original greenhouse. MacDonald said that in the government's efforts to build better, the new greenhouse will be used for the production and hardening of the orchids.
Now, Phalaenopsis orchids are very prized for their long-lasting beauty, but also they need a controlled environment. Cannot be exposed to high temperature or too much humidity. So that's why we build this facility to control the climate around it. This fits very neatly into the government's thrust for import substitution, although at this point it's not about food import substitution, but for flower import substitution, because we import a lot of flowers for different occasions for the tourism industry and also for local weddings and so on. So this facility would help us to grow out these Phalaenopsis orchid for our local community and also for exports. We'll also be trying other exotic crops that don't normally grow in St. Vincent under normal conditions, such as strawberries and thurium in this facility. This would twin very well with our plant tissueculture lab, and we just hope that by next week we'll be able to populate the whole greenhouse. We have over 10,000 orchids in the plant tissueculture lab ready to be planted out and be available for the local community. We expect that with such a facility, we'll be able to offer Phalaenopsis orchids at different stages, 1 month old, 3 months old, and also flowering orchids. I know that
VEEP is a World Bank-supported initiative aimed at strengthening St. Vincent and the Grenadines' recovery and resilience following the 2021 volcanic eruptions. CMOS farmers from the Grenadines whose farms were destroyed by Hurricane Beryl in 2024 have recovered and are fully back in business. Today, a CMOS expo hosted by Green, which secured funding for the farmers, was held at the Grenadines Ferry Terminal. A number of CMOS byproducts were on display, showcasing the potential and versatility of the local industry. Executive Director of Green, Arisha Joseph, expressed delight that the organization was able to restore livelihoods to the farmers.
As Sustainable Grenadines, we are committed to supporting this sector not only through training and capacity building, but by creating opportunities like this expo, where farmers, value-added entrepreneurs, buyers, researchers, etc. can connect. Today, you will see the diversity of products, the creativity of the industry, and the real economic potential of the CMOS industry in supporting what we all hear about now, which is the blue economy. I like to say marine protected areas and CMOS is the foundation, the pillars of the blue economy.
The SVG Conservation Fund donated more than $200,000 to support the farmers. Its Chief Executive Officer, Kenrick Chambers, said the fund worked closely with the CMOS farmers, who were primarily women.
Partnered with Susgren, and it's a partnership. They're not really a grantee. It's really truly a partnership because we work together for the development of people's lives. And so far, for the CMOS sector particularly, we have donated $265,000, right? And thank you. And coming here today, we can see that that investment is really has gone a long way. Has gone a long way, right? Because the important thing is not just to donate. It's not just to donate, but to make sure the donation is sustainable and not to just give the money and walk away, but to assist along the way so the businesses and the families can really grow the business.
Minister of State in the Ministry of Education, Honorable Lavon King, who is also a CMOS farmer, was among the beneficiaries of the grant following Hurricane Beryl.
And so when we have partners that come together and realize that there is something here worth investing in, we are and continue to be extremely grateful. And I hope that I'm able to provide that perspective, not from a ministerial level, but from another CMOS farmer who understands the struggles of what it means to be invested in such a business and the gratitude that we do feel when there are grants available for this sort of thing. I would say though, that not only those of us who are farming, but those who have taken it a step forward and gone into the byproducts, they provide an immediate market for us.
Meanwhile, Minister of Fisheries, Honorable Conroy Huggins, commended Susgren and its donors for coming to the aid of CMOS farmers. He noted that restoring livelihoods is critical to the development of the blue economy.
CMOS offers an alternative blue economy opportunity by turning the Caribbean's marine resources into productive and renewable wealth. And this is where the rubber hits the road, because if we do not see the potential for earning income and improving our livelihoods, we will not be engaged. That is why after 16 years, Susgren is still pushing. We are engaging the stakeholders, and we have made such a strategic decision to push that forward so that we can maximize returns overall.
Minister Huggins told the CMOS farmers that his ministry will continue working closely with them as they advance CMOS production. He also confirmed that legislation will soon be in place to provide official support to the sector.
Guarantee several times more value when processed locally instead of exporting it in its raw form. And you're already experiencing that. We just have to get the phytosanitary, the sanitary, and the logistical things done properly. And yes, someone asked about the legislative framework. That is already being worked on. And yes, in relation to Pridia Larceny at sea, that is also already being worked on. Minister Bruce and I have had discussions in it. And we've done that very, very early. It's part of the plan going forward.
NSOFB acting president urges public to support persons with vision disabilities. This and other stories coming up when we return. Stay with us.
Welcome to SeaStar.
Welcome to the upgraded SeaStar Limited,
where we offer to almost all your household items.
They've expanded their range to sofas, dining and patio sets, beds and mattresses, wardrobes, kitchen cabinets, office furniture. That's just a few from the luxurious collection. Not forgetting their signature quality windows, doors, rails, and bathroom enclosures. Journey on up to SeaStar, where their friendly sales clerk is happy to assist. SeaStar Limited, where quality meets style.
A funeral service should be one that you can be proud of, one that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We are constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction, and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home.
Bowman's Pharmacy, why choose us? We have all the prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, personal care products, lowest price guaranteed. Located conveniently next to the Bank of SVG on Grenville Street. Opening hours Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Email us bowmanspharmacy@yahoo.com. Call us today at 456-2235 or 593-3918. Bowman's Pharmacy, easy to find and ready to serve you.
Singer is a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances, TVs, fridges, cookers. We make your life so easy. Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture. Right here at Singer. Affordable beds and mattresses. Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store that gives you the best hire purchase deals. Right here at Singer. We'll outfit your home. Right here at Singer. The #1 family store. It's us with Singer.
On Friday, May 8th, you can help realize your dreams with a lotto jackpot of $67,000. Your dream vacation, a university degree, that new ride, your new house can all suddenly be within your reach. What a Little Lotto can do. It's a lotto jackpot of $67,000 this Friday, May 8th. You have to be in it to win it.
Welcome back. Acting President of the National Society of and for the Blind, NSOFB, Daniel Chambers, is calling on the public to be more patient and understanding towards persons living with vision disabilities who continue to face many challenges in their daily lives. Chambers, who is blind, said he felt it was important to organize a march and church service in Kingstown today to raise awareness about the struggles faced by people who are blind and visually impaired. Chambers said for too long, issues affecting persons who are blind and visually impaired have not been given the priority they deserve.
Okay, so today's day we want persons, this is a month of blindness awareness, and we want persons to advocate for the visually impaired, as we know they are marginalized and not often thought about. So this time and always they should be always recognized, and this day is just to highlight that we do have blind persons here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we want persons to recognize our plight, our daily struggles and so forth.
Chambers, who has been advocating through the NSOFB, explained that some of the challenges faced by persons who are blind or visually impaired occur both at home and in public spaces. He emphasized the importance of infrastructure and policies that accommodate their needs.
I want persons to recognize and don't be, shunning whether loved ones, family, friends, whatever. Lend a helping hand where you can, and advocate for them, the access for jobs, schools, and so forth. And we want persons to, for instance, even here at the blind, some persons tend to block the pathway and so forth. From time to time, these things we want persons not to do, as they would hinder an event like this or even everyday business to the building.
The recent establishment of a dedicated ministry for persons with disabilities demonstrates progress in government support. Honorable Lavon Gibson Velox, responsible for the ministry, participated in today's march and church service. The Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines was one of the main supporters of the event, alongside other civil society groups, helping to highlight the collective effort needed to improve the lives of persons with vision impairments. The Girls High School yesterday hosted its 115th anniversary lecture at Beachcombers Hotel under the theme Honoring Our Legacy, Shaping the Future, Empowering Young Women Through Academic Excellence, Skills, and Entrepreneurship. Delivering open remarks, Headmistress Latoya DeRoche John highlighted that 115 years is more than a milestone. It is a living testament to the vision, sacrifice, and discipline of generations past, as well as enduring belief that education of girls has the power to shape families, communities, nations, and the world at large.
For generations, this institution has remained firmly grounded in scholarship. We have produced young women of intellect, courage, and purpose, women who have distinguished themselves in classrooms, universities, professions, public service, and enterprise. Our girls have earned outstanding success in examination, in the sciences, in mathematics, and academic competitions. They have entered spaces of leadership and influence both here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and across the world. In fact, we can boast of how well our current students are doing in the areas of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. They continue to excel. They're becoming doctors, engineers, researchers, data analysts, environmental scientists, architects, and so much more.
Delivering the Girls High School's 115th anniversary lecture was Sustainable Development expert Tashika Haynes, who was reflecting on her educational journey, noted that moments that challenge you the most are often the ones that shape you into someone capable of achieving more than you can imagine.
I knew back then that pursuing higher education was the only way to build a better life, and I wanted a better life. This kept me focused and grounded on the days when I needed to encourage myself. I left my home, family, and comfort, and I journeyed to Cuba in 1998, where I lived and studied for 6 years while I pursued my bachelor's degree in agronomy. And my roommate is right in. And I'm actually Cuba's godmother. So we go way back. I then ventured out again in 2008, and I traveled to Taiwan to pursue my master's in agricultural economics after I had returned after my bachelor's and I couldn't find anything that was an employment that I felt comfortable with. So standing here today, tonight, these experiences seem like just yesterday, although decades have passed. Yes, I don't look more than 16, but decades have passed. And so today, I'm a mother, I'm a sustainable development consultant, and as Ms. Sherry has said, I'm also an agro-processor and owner of the Oso Homemade Products brand. And I'm a proud alumna. I'm honored to celebrate 115 years of excellence of this outstanding institution. This school, GHS, is more than buildings and uniforms. It is a legacy of resilience, of discipline, and greatness.
The GHS 115th anniversary celebrations form part of a year-long program of events aimed at honoring the school's rich history while inspiring the next generation of female leaders. The Ministry of Health is urging parents and early childhood educators to take extra precautions following a rise in hand, foot, and mouth disease cases in preschools across the country. The HFMD mainly affects children under age 5. It spreads through close contact, respiratory droplets, and contaminated surfaces, and children are most contagious in the first week of illness. The ministry advises that sick children stay home, hand washing be done frequently, and toys, surfaces, and diaper areas be thoroughly cleaned and sanitized. Schools don't need to close unless multiple cases appear in a short period. Parents are also advised to monitor their children for symptoms, including persistent fever, loss of appetite, or spreading blisters, and to seek medical attention if needed. The ministry says it will continue monitoring the situation and provide updates as necessary. St. Vincent and the Grenadines will join countries across the region in observing Mosquito Awareness Week from May 11th to 15th under the theme Small Bites, Big Threats, Reduce Breeding Sites. Charlene Bailey of the Vector Control Unit in the Ministry of Health explained that there are 3 main types of mosquitoes in the country, with Aedes aegypti posing the greatest threat due to its role in spreading mosquito-borne diseases.
Which that carries yellow fever, dengue fever, and chikungunya. Right, the other 2, they are just nuisance, right, which is the Culex and the Anopheles.
Nuisance in terms of how they bite, but they do not carry the
Yes, they bite, but they...
Annoying.
Yes, just annoying.
We often hear about the Aedes aegypti, as you mentioned a while ago, which makes this mosquito different, and why is it so different and concerning to the societies, to St. Vincent, the communities as a whole?
Okay, well, for one, the Aedes aegypti, they're male and female, but mainly it would be the female that would take a blood meal.
Right.
So that one is the one that would reproduce.
Right.
Right? And as you said, that why it's a major concern, as in terms, as we said before, it spread diseases. Right? So, in a whole, the Ministry of Health especially vector control units, we do a day-to-day inspection throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines, just trying to eliminate all breeding sites for mosquitoes. But it's not just about the vector control unit. It goes back to you, the householder,
Right.
the individual that is living on the premise, right? So, it goes back to everybody in the community, not just vector control workers.
Health officials are urging the public to take proactive measures to reduce mosquito breeding sites in and around their homes. Simple actions such as covering water containers, removing stagnant water, and properly disposing of waste can significantly reduce mosquito populations and lower the risk of disease outbreaks. Mosquito Awareness Week will involve a variety of activities aimed at educating the community, including a social media reel competition for school children, public health demonstrations, and community cleanup exercises. The initiative seeks to empower residents, especially young people, to plan an active role in preventing mosquito-borne illnesses. Regional leaders warn Caribbean CBI programs must strengthen oversight and accountability. This from the region when we return. Stay with us.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494, Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at Q-Care Pharmacy. Q-Care leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. Q-Care Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. $393,000. That's the Super 6 jackpot for Friday, May 8th. It's $393,000. More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Our story was built by people, neighbors helping neighbors, standing side by side with those who trust us to protect what matters most and help build our communities. Being there when needed most. Across borders, across generations. Still growing, still giving, still just getting started. After 185 years.
Greetings from the Desh Bhagat University. We are pleased to announce that enrollment is now open for our yoga programs, designed to promote wellness, personal development, and professional growth. We are offering a diploma in yoga and a one-year degree program in yoga. Our upcoming semester begins in the second week of May and runs throughout September. These programs provide a unique opportunity for individuals to deepen their knowledge, enhance their practice, and pursue a rewarding path in holistic health and wellness. We warmly invite you to join our university and take the next step toward a balanced and fulfilling future. For registration or further information, please contact us at 495-2620. We look forward to welcoming you.
Welcome back. Regional leaders are warning that the future credibility of Caribbean citizenship by investment programs may depend on how quickly governments strengthen oversight, improve accountability, and measure the true impact of new citizens on society. As the Caribbean Investment Summit 2026 opens in St. Lucia, officials are pushing for a more unified and data-driven regional approach, arguing that the repetition of one program can ultimately affect the standing of the entire Caribbean. We hear more in this report.
As the Caribbean Investment Summit 2026 gets underway, the conversation is shifting from simple oversight to the long-term evolution of regional standards. The movement towards stronger regional cooperation and a more unified approach across the Eastern Caribbean is both timely and necessary, according to McCloud Emmanuel, CEO of the St. Lucia Citizenship by Investment Program, who spoke at the opening ceremony. Emmanuel notes that each country's CIP programs are national in structure, yet regional in reputation.
The credibility of one program inevitably influences confidence in the wider region. At the same time, our jurisdictions matter and continue to navigate heightened international scrutiny involving evolving regulatory expectations and global pressures that test the resilience, stability, and long-term sustainability of the citizenship by investment industry. The reality requires coordination. It requires discipline. It requires alignment.
Deputy Prime Minister and Investment Minister Dr. Ernest Hilaire suggested that while the current regional regulatory framework is a necessary starting point for regional standards, it must be allowed to evolve.
I would have preferred to see a commission as a sub-entity of the OECS that will be a regulator, but more than a regulator. It would be an entity that does research on CBIs, that tracks the impact of CBIs on our national development process, that will engage in deep thinking about the future of CBIs and how our programs should evolve and be structured to ensure maximum impact.
Dr. Hilaire says that he views the regional MOA on CIP as minimum operational requirements rather than a fully harmonized approach, which he believes may not yet be acceptable to every individual jurisdiction.
The international news is coming up next. Stay with us.
Life can be stressful. Work, family, finances, it all adds up. Feeling overwhelmed, struggling with relationships, need help managing stress? You don't have to go through it alone. The Employee Assistance Program, Public Service, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, EAP, is here for you. We have confidential and professional counselors ready to listen and offer support for any personal challenge you might be facing, helping you find balance and get back to feeling your best. Call us today at 784-570-6718 or email eap.mps@gov.vc for more information, because a healthier you is a happier you at the Employee Assistance Program, Public Service, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Your well-being is our concern.
On Friday, May 8th, you can help realize your dreams with a lotto jackpot of $67,000. Your dream vacation, a university degree, that new ride, your new house can all suddenly be within your reach. What a little lotto can do. It's a lotto jackpot of $67,000 this Friday, May 8th. You have to be in it to win it.
Beautiful white and black sand beaches, lush mountains and valleys, rivers, hidden waterfalls, and multiple islands and islets. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are a friendly people, welcoming tourists from all over the world with exotic boutique and luxury hotels and a hospitable business environment. Let's make all tourists welcome at our international airport, on cruises, on yachts, on sailboats, on land and sea tours, at beach lines, at our restaurants, shops and bars, and at our national festivals. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Tourism is everyone's business. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Since 2012, we have provided reliable, professional dialysis services in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are now proud to offer you new solutions for your health problems. Each new solution is being delivered to you with the same high degree of care and professionalism. We also use the best technology in the delivery of our services. So, does your doctor need a precise view of what's happening inside your body? Let us perform an ultrasound for you. Ladies, if it's your breasts, then choose our mammography service. For all issues related to men and women's health at any stage in your life, our team can perform the necessary investigations to put your mind at ease and recommend solutions for your problems. If it's to see within your chest or check for broken bones and fractures, then use our state-of-the-art U-Arm X-ray service. For you aging men and women, we can now check your bone density, which will reduce any complications that may arise with overall bone health, osteoporosis, or arthritis. Health Solutions will provide answers and results in a timely, accurate manner in the most comfortable environment, while you are taken care of by well-trained and experienced staff. Please call us today at 451-2836 or 434-3170, or visit us online at healthsolutionsSVG.com. You can also follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Health Solutions, where we are providing solutions in SVG with care.
Welcome back. On the international scene, Argentina is facing renewed concern over hantavirus as scientists warn climate change may be increasing the spread of the deadly disease by boosting rodent populations. Authorities are tracing suspected cases linked to travelers across southern South America, while experts say there is no effective vaccine.
Argentina has been dealing with hantavirus for years, and even though it's a very rare disease, it has one of the highest rates in the region. And authorities right now are trying to trace the trip of the Dutch couple who are now considered to be the zero patients. Apparently they traveled across Patagonia, went to Chile, then to Uruguay, and then to the province of Tierra del Fuego in southern Argentina, a place that had never had hantavirus in the past.
Isabel Gómez Villafañe is a scientist at the University of Buenos Aires. She has been studying the long-tailed mouse that carry the virus and says cases have increased in recent years.
Because of climate change, there is less frost and cold temperatures arriving later in the year. This creates a period when rodent populations increase, making it easier for the virus to spread. But transmissions only occur when there is contact between rodents and humans.
Argentina has put national protocols in place. It's a disease that mainly affects people in remote areas, with a high fatality rate.
There is still no vaccine. Viruses are difficult because they mutate. Research is also challenging because cases are relatively rare, unlike COVID-19, where there was a massive investment. Despite the high mortality rate, some laboratories are working on it, but so far there are no vaccines.
Scientists like Gómez Villafañe say funding for research has been cut in recent years by austerity measures under the government, and many ongoing projects have been scaled back or suspended.
Argentina officially abandoned the World Health Organization this year. The government of Javier Milei has been very critical of its handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. But critics say that this is a mistake because international cooperation is crucial when fighting infectious diseases.
That's the news. Sports is just ahead. But before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
The weather report sponsored by General Hardware.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Present conditions fair. Winds northeast at 18 kilometers per hour. Temperature 27.5 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 70%. Barometric pressure 1011.9 millibars. 24-hour rainfall nil. Today's maximum temperature 30.5 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature 24.6 degrees Celsius. Sunset 6:21 p.m. and sunrise will be at 5:40 a.m. The forecast: fair to partly cloudy and breezy at times with isolated showers. In the synopsis: no significant feature across our islands.
The weather report was sponsored by General Hardware.
Greetings from the SVG University. We are pleased to announce that enrollment is now open for our yoga programs, designed to promote wellness, personal development, and professional growth. We are offering a diploma in yoga and a one-year degree program in yoga. Our upcoming semester begins in the second week of May and runs throughout September. These programs provide a unique opportunity for individuals to deepen their knowledge, enhance their practice, and pursue a rewarding path in holistic health and wellness. We warmly invite you to join our university and take the next step toward a balanced and fulfilling future. For registration or further information, please contact us at 784-495-2620. We look forward to welcoming you.
Good evening and welcome to the Evening Sports. I'm Triska Campbell. We hear that the region's premier basketball tournament is returning after a 7-year absence. Confirmation from the FIBA Men's Caribbean Basketball Championship only came a few days ago, with the tournament set to begin in 11 weeks in Guyana. 10 teams will be taking part in the tournament. St. Vincent and the Grenadines has been drawn in Group B alongside Barbados, Haiti, Grenada, and the Cayman Islands. The other participating countries are Guyana, Dominica, Turks and Caicos, Antigua and Barbuda, and Bermuda. The Caribbean Basketball Championships will run from July 8th to the 12th. The tournament will adopt a round-robin format, with each side facing every opponent in its group once. Only the top team from each group will advance to the next stage of the FIBA America Cup 2029 pre-qualifiers. Here at home in netball, the BOSVG Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines National Netball Tournament had action last evening, Thursday, May 7th, 2026, at the Kingstone Netball Center in New Montrose. In the Vitamalt Youth Development Division, Exceed Sports Club 4 lost to Sign Hill Netball Team 3, 34 goals to 10. Meantime, the evening's second matchup saw DHL Meteors defeat National Properties Netters 48 goals to 34 in a Division 1 encounter. The competition was set to continue this evening with 2 games in the Vitamalt Youth Development Division. And back in cricket, all 6 Caribbean Premier League franchises have confirmed their pre-draft player retentions, locking in 6 emerging Caribbean stars ahead of one of the most anticipated drafts in the league's history. Under CPL regulations, each franchise was permitted to retain 1 player from its breakout player category ahead of the draft. The 6 retained players are Joshua James, Raymond Simmons, Quinton Sampson, Navin Basid, Akeem Auguste, and Nathan Edward, representing the Falcons, Royals, Warriors, Patriots, Kings, and Knight Riders, respectively. Each team must name 3 breakout players in its final 2026 squad and field at least 1 in every match throughout the season. The remaining squads for all 6 teams will now be decided at the CPL draft. That's how we end sports this evening. I'm Triska Campbell. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
$393,000. That's the Super 6 jackpot for Friday, May 8th. It's $393,000.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They claim General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Our story was built by people, neighbors helping neighbors, standing side by side with those who trust us to protect what matters most and help build our communities. Being there when needed most. Across borders, across generations, still growing, still giving, still just getting started after 185 years.
Welcome back. Thank you, Triska, for bringing us the evening sports. Now for a second look at the headlines. Minister of Agriculture Honorable Israel Bruce applauds students' innovation in value-added agricultural products on a visit to Technical College. Regional leaders warn Caribbean CBI programs must strengthen oversight and accountability. Argentina investigated as possible outbreak source for hantavirus as cruise ship passengers left ship without contact tracing. And in sports, Region's premier basketball tournament returns after 7 years. Now for a recap of the local weather forecast. The forecast: fair to partly cloudy and breezy at times with isolated showers. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I'm Twyla Thompson, inviting you to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also, check out SVG-TV's News in 15 weekdays at 12:45 p.m. Again, thanks for viewing and enjoy the rest of your evening.
SVG's Heart and Soul. Magic 103.7, 91.5. Today's music, yesterday's hits.
24 karat magic in the